Hello, welcome to my channel where I taste and rank different types of alcoholic beverages. Today I'll be doing spirits tasting. Specifically, I'll be trying 5 different Irish whiskies at 5 different price points. I'll be doing the tasting 2 ways. I'll be drinking it on its own, adding ice cube, and circling back and tasting it again with the ice cube. And then I'll be ranking the item. This tasting ranking is strictly my opinion, so there is no right or wrong answers, just where I would rank these guys based off the taste. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Currently I do 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Friday, but we'll love to do more. And with your support, hitting that subscribe button goes a long way. Alright, with that said, let's get started. Alright, and these are my 5 whiskeys that I'll be trying today. So first up is going to be our $15 bottle. This is going to be Jameson. One of the most popular Irish whiskeys out there. 40% alcohol. So it's $15 for the small bottle 750. This guy was like $8, but generally for the regular size bottle it's anywhere between $15 to $20. There's that. Now, Irish whiskeys tend to be very easy to drink, a tad bit sweeter, and Jameson is nothing, or is very, very comparable to what that is. On the nose it smells very sweet. Taste-wise, it's very sweet, but it does have a little bit burn from the alcohol. Again, there's a reason why people like Jameson, and this is the reason. Again, it's pretty good. Again, on its own, again, it tastes great. It's easy to drink. Lots of flavors, a lot of sweetness, honestly. Not really oaky, but most people, they like their sweetness. And so with Jameson, that's what it is. It's sweet. Again, not bad. It's actually really good for being what it is for the start. So I'm going to add the ice cube, move on, and we'll go on to the next one, come back to it again. Next one is Bushmills. A little small little guy I have. So Bushmills is 40% alcohol as well. This guy is usually $20 for the big bottles. Color on that. So smell-wise, not as sweet as Jameson. Taste-wise, also not as sweet. If anything, Bushmills is smoother. I'd say it's a little bit easier to drink, just in the fact that it's not as spicy in the finish when you're swallowing it, so you don't really taste too much alcohol. But it's not sweet, so maybe more for your traditional on the rocks Irish whiskey. This is a little bit better than Jameson, but again, Bushmills also not bad. It's actually pretty good. Alright, I'm going to add my ice cube and move on to the next one. The next one is Busker's Irish whiskey. There. This is 40% alcohol as well. Triple cast, triple smooth is what it says on the bottle. This guy was $25 for the big bottle. The small one was about $5. Not much going on here, honestly. It's very bland. Nose was very bland. Didn't really smell anything. Practically nothing on smell. Just smells like alcohol. Taste-wise, I get absolutely very, very little flavor at all. It just really tastes just like alcohol. I mean, it's drinkable, but I would not known that this was an Irish whiskey I was drinking it. This tastes more like a rye, honestly. If anything, the only taste I'm really getting is a lot of oak and like the oatmeal taste, like grainy taste. Again, it's not bad. It's not the worst I've ever drank it before. But then, you know, it's not fantastic either. So for now, let's just add the ice cube and move on. Alright, next guy is the $30 bottles. This is Bogart's Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol. No. Bottle wise, not too bad. I mean, a little weird for the label. Smell wise, it doesn't smell too bad either. A little sweet. Taste wise, not really great either. It's very comparable to the Buskers. If anything, the Buskers taste a little bit better. Has a better nose than a Busker, but taste wise, Buskers had better taste on it. But still very bland, not much going on with it. Again, this almost tastes like a rye whiskey. It's just all it tastes is pretty much, you know, some oats, some oat, and an oakiness to it, some woodiness to it, but not much going on other than that. Right. Add the ice cube, move on, and go to the last one. Last one is Halfpenny Irish Whiskey Non-Chilled Filter. Right here. This is also 43% alcohol, so a little bit higher than the rest. This one is $35 to $40 a penny, but this one I got for 35 bucks. There. Not bad at all. Nose wise, I didn't really smell anything. It was very, very light. Sweetness to it, but it's very, very light. Taste wise, overall, it's the smoothest one out of the bunch. Has a bit of a heat to it at the very end, but very, very lightly. Taste wise as well, it's probably the smoothest taste. Has a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of oak, but it's not overly strong or overly taking on the palate. It's quite enjoyable. I mean, it's very nice because of the smoothness of it. You know, it's not overpowering for the heat and the alcohol. Even though it's 43% the highest one, it's very well hidden and mixed in. So it's like it blends well when you're drinking. Overall, it's not bad. It's actually really good. All right, adding the ice and moving on back to Jameson. Ooh, this is very sweet. The color on it also seemed to develop a little bit more. A little brighter. So taste-wise, the ice did take away from the sweetness, but it took a lot of the alcohol burn out. So this tastes absolutely no burn to it at all. It made it very smooth and very easy drinking without having that sweetness, overpowered sweetness to it. So in the end, it actually worked very well, I think. If you want something sweeter, then, you know, don't add the ice, just drink it straight. But again, you won't get the alcohol burn. If you don't want the alcohol burn, but you want a tad bit of sweetness, then add the ice. It makes it very, very easy drinking. Honestly, surprisingly, Jameson was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. This one I'm going to actually give an A. Now, even though in the beginning it was very, very high in the burn and the alcohol, overall it tastes amazing. It's very sweet. It's very nice. It's not overly killing in the palate, even though it has that sweetness. I see why a lot of people enjoy it, honestly. It's actually very good. So give it an A. All right. Here's the Bushmills. Ooh. So adding the ice actually brought more sweetness out. So I smell a lot of the sugar and caramel taste of vanilla, which is interesting because it wasn't there before. Adding ice also brought out the flavors of it as well. So it is a tad bit sweeter. It's not balanced though, not like the Jameson, but it is really good though. So adding the ice gives it that sweetness that brings out the sweetness of it, but it's not overly heavy, but it's not very well balanced to it. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but it's actually very enjoyable as well. I did like it, especially without the ice. It's very smooth like a regular whiskey would be. This one I'll give it a B. It was very enjoyable without the ice, and it still tastes great with the ice. I wish it had a little bit more flavor to it than I would have given A like the Jameson, but so far, again, it wasn't bad. It was actually really enjoyable, so I'll give it a B. Alright, so this is the Buskers. Same with this one, the ice brought out a little bit more sweetness to the nose. Taste-wise, not so much. Tastes smoother, but there's no flavor at all. It's just very bland, very plain. I guess if you're looking for something very plain, it's not bad. I wish it had more flavor to it, more depth to it, but it's just not there. Nose-wise, it's good. Overall, after drinking it without the ice and with the ice, it wasn't that great. I'm going to give this one a D. I wish it had more flavor in both aspect of when I didn't add the ice and after I added the ice. I thought something would happen to it, especially since the nose did come out a little bit more. But this one just gave me nothing at all, so a D it gets. Alright, this is the Bogarts. This one I got a little bit actually sweetness out of it after adding the ice. So again, before the ice, it was very bland, didn't taste like anything. With the ice, it tastes a little bit sweeter, so it's actually not bad. Smell wise, smells a little bit sweeter as well. Overall though, I'll give this one a C. Compared to the Buskers, where the Buskers had no flavor at all, Bogarts at least had something in the end. It gave me a little bit of sweetness. It gave me something there. So, you know, it ones up the Buskers. But being a little bit more expensive, though, but, you know, it gave me something. All right, last one's the Halfpenny. There. Whew, this one's interesting. It was very smooth without the ice. Adding the ice actually brought up the alcohol, and now you could taste the alcohol burn at the end. Taste wise, it brought out more flavor out to it. So it does give it a little more sweetness, a little bit more oaky and oats. A little bit of vanilla as well on the nose. Overall, it's not bad. I feel like the ice kind of made it worse. If anything, it kind of brought down the flavors of it. I felt that the ice would have done something better, but unfortunately it didn't. So this one, I'm going to give it a B. I felt like if the ice would have just gotten more rid of the alcohol and brought more of the sweetness to it, I think it would have gotten an A. But I felt like the ice did a little bit injustice, unfortunately, to the brand. But overall, you know, it was actually still good. It was decently well made. It decently tastes great. So I give it a B. So looking at my list, seems like the least expensive one was the best one, and the most expensive one was the second best. So you know, a little wonky, but that's what I felt like it ranked. What do you guys think? You know, have you guys had any of these? Where would you guys rank these guys? Is there anything you guys would like me to try? Leave a comment and let me know. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button because it does go a long way helping me out and helping the channel. Thanks for watching, and cheers.